Hello, how's it going? My name is Ali. I'm a doctor turned entrepreneur and YouTuber, and in this video, I'm going to show you Voicepal, which is the app that me and my team have built to help make writing easier and more fun. So here is how Voicepal works, and it is available on iOS and Android. So I open up the app and I can see that so far in all time, I've written 162,000 words with Voicepal, which on average has saved me 2 days and 2 hours of my life. As you can see, I've been using Voicepal for a very long time, since December the 9th, 2023, when we first started developing the beta version. Now, the basic flow of the app is that you can use it anytime you need to write something. So in my case, I'm working on a YouTube video. So instead of sitting down on my computer with a blank Google Doc and trying to write it out, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit record, and then I can just speak whatever I want to talk about in this YouTube video. I could do this sitting at my desk, but normally I do this while I'm walking around because I find my ideas flow better while walking, which means I can write while also getting the steps in and while also getting the fresh air in. Okay, so I'm working on a YouTube video about the GPS method for goal setting. It stands for Goal, Plan, and System. And I want to do a video where I explore the different components of this. I think we're gonna start the video off by talking about how this is a game-changing method of goal setting that I've been using for the last several years, and how it's an installation of everything that I've learned about as it relates to productivity from reading lots of books. And then we wanna go into each of the different components of the GPS system. Yeah, when it comes to goal, I'm going to ask the two key questions of what is the goal and why does it matter? When it comes to plan, we're asking what is the strategy and what's the schedule? And then for system, we're asking, okay, what's the system that's going to help us stick to the plan? So for example, we've got reminders, accountability, and tracking. Those are the three components of the system. So at this point, I've talked for about a minute. I could keep going. I could keep on talking if I'm on the right train of thought or whatever I want to say. And then whenever I'm done, I can hit the tick button. And so what Voicepal is doing is that it is transcribing whatever I've said. And then crucially, and what's really cool about this is that it is asking me follow-up questions. So for example, I can see here, what specific examples can you share about how the GPS method has changed your approach to goal setting? That's a good question. How do you differentiate between a goal and a plan in the context of the GPS method? Very good question. Can you elaborate on the importance of understanding why a goal matters? So the AI is analyzing everything I've said and it's asking me follow-up questions. If I want to, I could click this button as well, and that would invoke the shadow reader. And this is giving me even more follow-up questions that I could answer. So let's go for this one. Can you elaborate on the importance of understanding why a goal matters? So I can just hit record. Okay, so it's really important to understand why you're going after a particular goal, because it tends to be only emotionally resonant goals that actually allow us to pull through when motivation inevitably dips. With every journey of any kind of thing, whether it's building an app or running a marathon or improving a relationship, whatever the thing is, we feel all excited at the start, we set the goal, but then if the goal isn't something that we intrinsically authentically care about, if it doesn't feel emotionally compelling enough, we are very likely to give up when we encounter any kind of obstacle or any kind of setback. So that's a big part as to why understanding the why behind a goal matters. And for each different question I'm now answering, it's adding all of these different thoughts to my stream. And I could keep going at nauseum. So for example, so far we have written 263 words of exploring the GPS method, and then I can export whatever I've said into a particular draft. So for example, I've created a custom preset for my newsletter. I've also created a custom preset for Instagram captions. So if we go for newsletter, and this is actually a pretty solid first draft of my email newsletter. Voicepal has been trained on my tone of voice because when you create a new preset, you can just give it examples of your previous writing and then it figures out how you want to write. Within presets, you can give it custom instructions as well. And now if I want, I can save this draft and then I can just chuck it into Google Docs or Notion or whatever to make my final tweaks if I want to. For each preset, we can set custom instructions, like start each draft with hey friends, end each draft with have a great week. We could define additional settings like a reader profile, like who is the sort of person who's going to be reading our stuff. So for mine, I'm mostly writing to people aged 25 to 45. Many are entrepreneurs, professionals, creators, or students navigating career growth, side projects, and personal ambitions. We can define a creativity level. So how much is the AI going to stick to the stuff that you've said versus add its own creativity and deviate from it? So I have it set at 1 out of 5, which means it sticks mostly to what I've said. And we can also set a word count for whatever the thing is. So an email newsletter for me is 800 words. An Instagram caption might be 250 words. You get the idea. And then a cool thing is you can see your own stats. So you can see all time, how many words have you written, month, week, and day. And so you can really use Voicepal for pretty much anything you need to write. We've got users who use it to write internal memos to their team. We have people using it to write memoirs. We have people using it to write email newsletters. We have people using it to write book chapters and creating YouTube videos. We have people using it to create marketing copy for their ads and sales funnels and landing pages. The other cool thing is that there is a recommended topics button, which means what Voicepal is going to do it'll look at everything that you've said. So for example, based on the content that I've previously written on Voicepal and on my reader profile, it's asking me ideas like, how do you build a business without quitting your day job? What's the difference between financial security and financial confidence? That's actually a good question that I could do a newsletter on. How do you balance creativity and systemization in business? How do you create content without burning out? How do you handle the fear of becoming irrelevant? Nice. How do you build a successful marriage while growing a business? That's a good question. So that is just a flavor of what Voicepal can do. As you can see, I've been using it for absolutely ages and written an enormous amount of words with it. And using Voicepal has made it way more fun for me to write stuff. It's made me way healthier because now I'm getting the steps and the fresh air and going on a walk to create my content. And it also means that I never have writer's block ever again. And I'm also never running out of ideas because it's always suggesting more and more ideas, most of which where I'm like, oh, damn, this is a pretty good idea. So if any of that sounds cool, then we'd love for you to try out Voicepal and see how it fits into your workflow. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed trying out the app. Bye-bye.